welcome to my channel. It's Sky. As you can tell by the title, today we're going to talk about Leo rising / Leo ascendant.
In a couple minutes, maybe more, I never know. I just live it how I dream it.
Okay guys, hey, welcome. So, alright, so let's start talking about Leo rising, of course. So your rising sign is the first house, is the sign that starts your first house. So because it starts your first house, it's going to have an effect on all the other houses. So I wanted to do a little bit different. I didn't want to just talk about like the characteristics of the rising sign because you could easily just Google that. I wanted to go through the different houses. So in this video, I'm just gonna go over the angular houses, the 1st, 4th, 7th, and 10th house. So yeah guys, if you guys like this video, please make sure to subscribe for more astrology videos. And let's just get right into it. Let's start with your first, so the time that you were first born, because the 4th house has to do with all of our firsts, all of our lives first. So it's the first couple of, when you were born, you didn't have to compete for attention, basically. So I know a lot of Leo risings who are the only child, so naturally they didn't have to compete with anybody. Or they had like a very young sibling, so there was a really big age gap. So again, you had that era for yourself where everything, you know, all the attention went to you. Also, I know a lot of Leo risings that are first child too. The whole point is that when you were born, you didn't have to fight for attention. All the love and all the attention was to you. So your first impression, you guys are open to conversation. That's one thing I noticed about you guys. You guys are open for a conversation. Every astrology cookbook would be like, oh, they're confident. It's like, you know, like they have like a ooze of confidence. Not every Leo rising is going to be oozing of confidence and just like in your face. That's not necessarily true. I've met Leo risings who are shy at first, like but there is a sense of you having like a very big presence, and the less you try to get attention, the more you get attention. You guys are also very generous, very generous. You just want people around you to feel good and just, you know, to vibe. Like, you're very generous. You like to give. And you're also very ambitious. I know a lot of Leo risings who are very ambitious. They pick up a lot of other other tasks that people would never look towards. You have goals and you're very proud of your goals. You're not someone who's not proud. So like, for example, like a lot of people hide their artistic side of them, you know, because maybe their family doesn't agree with them or whatever. Like, you guys are really proud of what you believe in, or like yourself. You're proud of the things that you like. Who are someone who's a child at heart. You guys always are open to play, which I talk about appearance. I don't really like talking about appearance just because I think I'm gonna make a different video on it. But appearance wise, I think it's the hair. I know a Leo rising who's bald, but definitely most Leo risings I know have just very good hair. So like a big mane, like a lion's mane, or just some. You guys' skin is glowing. So the sun rules your first house. The sun rules Leo. So your skin has like some undertone glow to it. So even if you're pale, like white, you're not like just pale. Like, there's some type of glowiness to you. As a Leo rising, sometimes you can just overly feel like you always have to entertain people, and if you're not entertaining them, then they don't like you or something. Yeah, either like you want to entertain people with a great story, or just something like, especially when you're younger, you could just feel like you always need to be entertaining. And so of course, let's talk about creativity, because that is what you guys have like excessive amount of. You are very extremely creative. If you want the nerdy explanation, then this is because Jupiter is the ruler of your 5th house. So the 5th house is about creativity. It's all about our creative expression, children, romance, all that stuff. So when Jupiter's here, Jupiter is the expanding planet. It's about, so yeah, you guys are really creative and you want a big audience. You don't want a small audience. You want a big audience. You want, you know, life, like what you really want. You just really want to be able to express yourself creatively. Let's talk about your 4th house, and your 4th house falls into the sign of Scorpio. So what is that mean for you? So what does that mean for you? So when you think of Scorpio, Scorpio is the most secretive sign. It's also the most private sign. It's a water sign, so all water signs are private, but Scorpio definitely is more private. It's very secretive. So your fourth house is all about your home, your upbringing, anything that has to do with the household, your family, stuff like that. So around your family or in your home, you could be like very, very secretive. Like you could have some secrets, you know. It doesn't have to be anything malicious, because I feel like when people hear the word secrets, it's like, oh, something's wrong. Like, you know, but it could just be like you just have a couple secrets that you hide around, stuff like that. You could just be like a very mysterious person to your family. And your fourth house is also about your private self. So it doesn't really appear until someone really gets to know you. Or I guess like, so when you have Scorpio here, it's really hard to get to know a Leo rising, and you have to really dive deep. Like the well is deep. Like you guys are very deep and have very intense emotions, and not a lot of people know this about you, because what is seen from you guys is always sunshine. It's deep down you have a lot of intense emotions. Another thing, because Pluto rules your fourth house, because Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio, you guys also, I don't want to say this for everyone, but definitely a lot of you guys come from a very traumatic past. Like your upbringing, it's like something happened where it was really traumatic. So either there was a death in your family, like very early, someone who was really close to you, and obviously that caused like a lot of turmoil in you, and there could have been some type of abuse in your home growing up. So you could have been abused by, you know, someone in your family or your siblings. So I actually dated a Leo rising. This person's mother was very like psychologically abusive, just very emotionally abusive. Like this person grew up being constantly yelled at their mom. Like they had to live on edge basically, and that's what like a lot of Leo risings have, that, you know, in their home it feels like they always are on edge. Or it could have been that just in your upbringing was just very intense. Like all of the people in your house just had very intense emotions. Everything was emotionally intense for you. Seventh house is in Aquarius. So this means that the seventh house is about partnerships. So it's about how we connect and relate to other people. You know, we can find like our significant others there, our close friends, all of that stuff. So with you guys having the seventh house in Aquarius, this means that you do not want somebody who's clingy. Like you need space. You need to be able to do your own thing. You don't want someone who's overly clingy. Like that to you is just a no-no. You want someone who's free thinking. This house is also the type of people that we attract in our life. So as a Leo rising, you're going to attract a lot of people with Aquarius in their chart. So maybe an Aquarius moon, sun, rising, or you can attract a lot of people with heavy Uranus placements. But basically, these type of people are going to be people who are not like in the ordinary, like normal people. Like they're going to be kind of out there. You're going to be very innovative people who are very smart too. You are attracted to the mind more than anything. Like you're more attracted to someone who's intellectual, who's smart. And yeah, like you like conversation. You also quirky people. People who are rebellious. That's the word I wanted. Like rebellious people. People who go out, like people who go against the norm. So guys tend to friend zone a lot of people, or you get friend zoned yourself. So this has to do because Aquarius is the sign of friendship. So you will be like that person that it's like you guys are dating, but not really. Like you guys do everything that defines, like that the society defines as dating, but you don't, like you're not dating. So you could kind of have like this catch me as you can type of thing for you. Do not do that too much because it will come back to you. And then yeah, like I know a Leo rising that did that for the longest, and then they finally found someone who they really loved or like they really liked. and this person friend zoned them. Like it was crazy. It was like, damn, like karma. Okay, so another thing I wanted to add is that early on, you know, we always have to go through a couple of shitty relationships, and I definitely see that you guys tend to be in a relationship with someone that is very like emotionally shut off. Like they don't really know how to express their emotions. They are very, I don't really know what to explain this as. It's just like a brick. Like that's literally what I have to explain. Like someone who just does not know how to deal with their emotions and is kind of like borderline unstable because of that. The people that you're going to attract are going to be people who are innovating, people, rebellious people, people who go against the grain. And this is going to be beneficial for you because you have so many amazing ideas. You're such a creative soul, and all these people are going to be throwing ideas at you, and you are going to be someone who's going to be able to pile up all those ideas and create something amazing out of that. Alright guys, so now let's move on to the final house that we're going to talk about in this video, which is the 10th house. And this is my favorite house because it's about the career. So for you guys, you have the 10th house in Taurus. So with the 10th house in Taurus, this means that you will succeed at anything that brings comfort to somebody else. So this could be either a fashion designer, working in the food industry, so maybe you're in the culinary arts, furniture design, I don't know, something that brings comfort to other people. And also Taurus rules self-esteem. So you guys have an amazing ability to really raise somebody's self-esteem, and you guys can make a career and make money out of making people feel good. So doing people's hair, fashion, again, because fashion is all about, fashion, when you wear a cute outfit, you know you look good, you feel good. So yeah, beauty, any I don't know if I said that, doing people's hair, all that stuff, because that is what raises your self-esteem. Like you're really able to just make someone feel really, really good about themselves. So that's really amazing. And of course, Venus is the ruler of Taurus. So Venus is all about beauty, but it's also about art. You guys can have a really great career in the arts. So another thing that Taurus rules is money. Work with someone in finances. You could be working in finances, sorry. Guys really want and are always striving for, I guess you would say, like the thing that you're striving for in life is to be stable. And you know, since we had like a very, I wouldn't say unstable childhood, because it doesn't necessarily mean that you're unstable, but it definitely was a lot, like very dramatic childhood. So you know, you just want to create stability and peace, and like, you know, you had enough drama. So a lot of you guys just really want to just bring stability. So you are a Leo rising, and this is not for every Leo rising, but I do know a couple of Leo risings that are happy just going to their 9 to 5, making good money. Like as long as they're bringing in the money and feeding their children, they are happy. They really are. Because self-esteem is such a big theme in the 10th house for you guys because of Taurus here, you guys can be wrapped up a lot. Your self-esteem could be very wrapped up in how much money you make. So if you're not making a lot of money, or you don't have like a stable job, your self-esteem really suffers from that. Self-esteem when you have like a really good job and stuff. So try not to be too wrapped up in like if you're succeeding or not. You can't like raise someone else's self-esteem if your self-esteem is low. You know what I mean? So that is very important. Like don't be too wrapped up in like the amount of money that you're making. The 10th house is also the house in which we have to build. Things do not come easy in this house. This is the house of Capricorn naturally. So when you think of but again, it takes time to get there. So one of the things that you guys have to learn is patience and to go things slow. Because as Leo, as a fire sign, you want to ram yourself in there. You're like fiery, you know, striving to learn how to be secure, how to be stable. But it really is about taking your time and patience, learning patience, because things are not going to come immediately. And if you guys, that's pretty much it. I mean, honestly, this is all about just being stable and really being patient and watering your seeds.